What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we're going to be talking about Jim Harbaugh as he spoke to the media today as he responded to the critics on Michigan, also the hearing that will take place Friday against the Big Ten, and he also spoke about the great win against Penn State for his team. We also got some big NIL news for Michigan, and also Michigan trending to land a 2025 quarterback. We're going to be talking about all that and more in this video, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so Jim Harbaugh spoke to the media today in his weekly press conference. Obviously, coming off a suspension, wasn't able to coach against Penn State this past week, but his team got the job done, beating Penn State 24-15. And talking about the win over Penn State and the game itself, he said, the kind of game that you just put up there with all the games, he said that's one of the top 5 at least. Felt so good about that. Just to watch it from where I was watching was like, how can you not see this? These players, Blake Corum with the nose bloodied, and the emotion of the team, the perseverance, and then just the stalwartness of these guys. And he also said, watching, I would have to say, it's got to be America's team. It's got to be America's team. America loves a team that beats the odds, beats the adversity, overcomes what the naysayers and critics, so-called experts, think. They said that's my favorite kind of team. Watching it from that view on the television, it was, finally people get to see what I see every day, these players and these coaches. So that's what he had to say about the game. He did talk about the Big Ten suspension and how they found out. He did confirm that Michigan learned of his suspension over social media. He said that someone just showed me their phone via social media, and he said that Ward Manuel was pretty upset about it too. He said he was on the plane too, and he was pretty upset that he heard it through social media and not through the office, the Big Ten office, which to me, I stand by what I said. It was a childish and cowardly move by the Big Ten and the Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti, not only to hand Jim Harbaugh's suspension less than 24 hours before a top 10 game against Penn State on the road, but also to not even contact Michigan about the suspension first. They reported it to reporters and other people, and then it, obviously got to social media, and that's how Ward Manuel, Jim Harbaugh, and the rest of these Michigan football players found out about the suspension. Now, Michigan and the Big Ten set to go to a hearing on Friday, which then we will get the results of the injunction and the temporary restraining order. If it is granted, Jim Harbaugh will be able to coach against Maryland and Ohio State to close out the regular season. If not, Sharon Moore will have to be the acting head coach to wrap up the regular season. Harbaugh said that I don't know exactly how it's gonna go. He said I'm gonna be able to go though to the game to Maryland. He said, I don't know if I'm going to be obviously coaching. He said, that's not my dance floor. He did say, I'm not the attorney. He said he always wanted to be. Watched a lot of shows, watched Judge Judy a lot, but always kind of felt like it'd be cool to get up there and thunder away at a jury like Tom Cruise in A Few Good Men. He also talked about the support that him and Michigan has been getting. He said tremendous support. He said that Ward has been 10 toes down. He's standing right here with us. And he said his support, the President Santa Ono support, the Board of Regents, and as I said, our fan base, our team has already galvanized. He said largest living alumni body in the world for any school, and the fan base, which goes coast to coast and worldwide, really being galvanized, and that's tremendous. That's a monumental thing when you think about it. Everybody fighting like the team we're supposed to be, and that's going to be tough to beat. Jim Harbaugh on the team's current mindset, he said that it's a mission of faith, a mission of speaking truth to power, a mission of playing together as a brand of brothers. Guys are walking strong and upright and taking care of business. He also talked about that. He said that he really does have chickens. He said that he went to Tractor Supply, brought the chickens home for Easter back in 2020. He said, I'm the one who takes care of them. And he said, the respect that I have for chickens. There was a time when I said a chicken was a nervous bird, but I was dead wrong. He went on to, talk about them and how he takes care of them and everything. Pretty cool there. And he also said that, talking about, a little illness he might have, as he sounded, a little raspy, but he said, "I am the iron wall that viruses bash against and shatter." He said that he will probably do some more push-ups and eat an apple. So there's Jim Harbaugh for you. Obviously, in a really good mood, which you love to see. So that's what Jim Harbaugh had to say to the media today. Also wanted to talk about some NIL for Michigan football, as obviously Valiant Management, they have raised $50,000 plus for NIL in less than 48 hours through the Michigan vs. Everybody program, as the Michigan vs. Everybody shirts are, have been selling at the M-Den, and just after 48 hours, over 10,000 products have been sold, raising $50,000 plus in NIL for Michigan student athletes. Very, very cool there, and that number, it's only going to go up because obviously everybody wants to get a Michigan vs. Everybody sweatshirt, t-shirt, whatever. So if you guys haven't got one already, I would definitely get one if I were you. I already got mine, and if you're a Michigan fan, especially right now, you just gotta get a Michigan vs. Everybody shirt. Now we are going to talk about some recruiting news, but I did want to mention real quick here that Roman Wilson finally has been added to the Biletnikoff Award watch list for the best wide receiver in college football, which is pretty funny because he literally did not have a reception against Penn State because Michigan, all they did was run the ball against Penn State, and of course after that game they added him. Doesn't make any sense, but at least he's on the watch list finally. He deserves it, and he's finally being recognized. But the next thing I did want to mention is some 2025 quarterback recruiting news. It's obviously Michigan still going after the 2025 five-star quarterback Bryce Underwood. However, Michigan is going after the 2025 four-star quarterback Carter Smith from Fort Myers, Florida. He's 6'3", 180 pounds, ranked 231st nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings. And Michigan has just gotten 2 crystal ball predictions going in their favor. So first off, obviously nothing has changed with Bryce Underwood. It's still the top target for Michigan in the 2025 class. He is the main priority. However, LSU seems to be trending for him more than Michigan right now. And quarterbacks coach Kirk Campbell in Michigan, they aren't going to put all their eggs in one basket like they did with Dante Moore. And I respect that. And Michigan could potentially take 2 quarterbacks in the 2025 class. Now, Carter Smith did take a visit to Purdue, or for the Purdue game last weekend, to Michigan for the night game, and he is expected to be back for the Ohio State game. And Michigan, they do see some great potential in Carter Smith, and they think he is one of the best at his position. Now, the Michigan-Ohio State game is going to be big, not only for this current season, but also for the multiple recruits taking visits for Michigan. We already made a video last week of the multiple recruits that were impressed with Michigan's home night game against Purdue. If you guys haven't watched that, make sure you guys go ahead and watch that. But this upcoming showdown against Ohio State is going to be very huge for recruiting for Michigan. Going to be multiple top targets for Michigan on their visits for that one. But some good news in the 2025 class, at least for quarterback recruiting. Like I said, Michigan, they are still going to go after Bryce Underwood, and he will still be the main priority. But it's also nice to know we aren't putting all our eggs in one basket this time. But other than that, that is going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. If you are new around here, I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.